What's up, everybody? It's time for the Smackdown review. Get your beer, get your coma pills. We're going to talk about, was Smackdown better than Raw?
Over 50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I wanna kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Joe Cronin Show. Welcome to the Smackdown review. Let me do it right. What's up, wrestling fans around the world? This is the Joe Cronin Show. I am Joe Cronin. And are you ready?
I said, are you ready?
All right. Smackdown Live. As we thought, went kind of bizarre because Daniel Bryan had said, you know, he's not going. Just like John Cena said, he's not going to Saudi Arabia. And, you know, strangely enough, that resulted in a pretty awesome opening to the show. And I think this match ended up being better than it would have been in Saudi Arabia. And I think this match ended up making SmackDown better than SmackDown would have been if this match had happened in Saudi Arabia. So we kind of got the best of both worlds. Right off the bat, you know, did SmackDown beat Raw? I think it was obvious that SmackDown annihilated Raw. I mean, I don't even remember giving Raw a rating last night. Now that I think about it, I remember giving Evolution a rating. Do you remember? Jake, do you remember me giving SmackDown a rating last night? I don't remember it.
No, we didn't give Raw a rating.
I mean, it was so bad, though. Like, I started trailing off and playing old videos of fighting the bear.
I heard you give it a rating when you asked the audience. No, maybe that was
no,
that might have been
that was Evolution.
He never gave it a rating, neither did I.
Yeah, that was Evolution. So, like, last night, I mean, I would have given Raw a 2.
Oh, yeah, fucking that shit.
I would have given it like a 2.5.
Yeah, it would have been around a 2. So, like, that's what Raw would have been last night. I mean, I'd probably give SmackDown tonight a 5.
Should have called it Dishevolution.
I'm at like a 5.5, almost a 6.
I could see a 6. I could see it because Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles took up 30-something minutes. Now, no matter how good their match was, it loses at least a point because the commercial breaks just fuck it up.
I like at least that they're showing the match like during, but it's still fucked.
Yeah.
But what else can you do though? What else can they? I mean, at this point, like that's the best they can do.
Well, I mean, that's why you have pay-per-views, so I don't blame them, and so I appreciate it anyways. So, you know, I think that match was like a solid, maybe 8 out of 10 to 7.5, but probably maybe an 8 out of 10. I don't know. I'm going 7.5 because of the commercial breaks, but that's really good for a match on a SmackDown or Raw or whatever.
Yeah, for an opening match to a weekly televised show, absolutely. Especially because we weren't going to get the match. They were going to possibly film it, they said, at the Performance Center, and have it be like, just air it like it was there live in Saudi, but the people in Saudi wouldn't have seen it, so it would have opened the show without actually opening the show.
They would have saw Ty Dillinger
tonight.
They would have saw Ty Dillinger in a bunny costume.
Pretty much. And then we would have seen the Daniel Bryan match, you know, and then they were thinking about taping it after the Mixed Match Challenge tonight. I'm glad they did it this way and just took him out entirely, gave him his shot. I mean, he tapped out. It's unfortunate, but the match was excellent. It was the first 45 minutes of the show was this. So,
right.
No complaints there. I mean, they really did well. Daniel Bryan landed on his neck super hard. Like, just not even so much hard, but awkward. And AJ's weight was right on top of him. That was a rough landing, but a little scary. But yeah, great match. Good, solid opening. Like you said, the commercial breaks take away from it just so much.
Is Google acting weird for you? I've had weird shit with Google the last hour. It's weird.
Yeah? How so?
Maybe not. Maybe I just got to clear everything or something. I don't know. Yeah, like icons aren't loading and stuff like that on the chat right now, I can see.
Mine, yeah, I have like different pixels that aren't there. I thought it was my monitor before, but like in the chat right now, there's just words that are not there.
Yeah, Young Republicans icon isn't there.
Yeah, mine isn't doing that, but I'm really just lucky because this thing's usually doing weird shit like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never seen it before. There's some kind of loading issue with Google. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is. But what's up to everybody? How you guys doing tonight? I put up Morning Madness episode 124 this morning, so if you're on Patreon, please check that out. Just don't remember I put one up today and yesterday, and I want to make a quick shout out. Man, I got to shout this guy out. He has been a patron for years, and he's been one of the second biggest patron for years on Patreon. Justin McNeil, man, thank you so much. He is now the #1 patron on Patreon due to default. But Justin McNeil, thanks, man. I don't know if you know it, but you are now the top patron, man. So shout out to you. And, I mean, we don't talk about it a whole lot because the same guy was always the #1 over there. And I just wanted to shout out Justin to let him know that he's the top dog. Also, Sav King Sav King right behind him is #2 at $50 a month. Justin's around 75. So thank you both, and especially Justin now for sliding into that top role. I wanted to give him his accolades because he'd been in second for so long, not getting shouted out. But also a couple of, just nice little mentions as far as other guys real quick is Big Bad Ads and Patrick Carnes, Tyler Lewis Floyd, and Cameron Sinclair, all around that 30 mark as well. So thank you guys. If you guys want to become patrons, there's 30 hours of bonus content a month over there. If you cap it off around $5 a month, you can do $10 a month. There's a few other things at that level too. But also, if you want to donate tonight, the link is down below in the description box. Streamlabs, Twitch alerts. If you're in the JCS Army and you're a wrestling fan or you're a fan of the show, now's the time to have some fun and drop some bombs on me, or drop some dollars and say some funny shit. We might put up a wheel tonight, and I will cut a shoot promo on anybody in the YWC that you want. Just make sure that you vote for it tonight when you're donating. Say if you'd like me to talk about or cut a promo on somebody on Patreon. Let it be known in your donation. That way I can do it on Patreon live as soon as we're done here on Smackdown. So we're going to have a little fun on Patreon after this.
You want the audience to drop bombs on you. We're not in Saudi yet.
Well, you don't have to drop bombs. I mean, dollars. And, you don't have to go. You don't have to fucking Himmel got it. Just whatever you do. $, $3, $5. It's all bombs after a Smackdown.
Can we Joe? Can we donate semen?
Yeah. You want to? Yeah. Fuck. I'll eat it.
Patreon take.
Well, you save it and you can trade it.
Well, yeah. In the come on, man. All the Saudi people are going to be mad about it. They're going to be like, we don't do that.
We use all kinds of banks you can go to, not just cash. Blood.
They use a bone saw.
Clean blood.
They use a goddamn bone saw, and you know it.
I still can't get over that friggin', whatever last night promo. I'm still laughing.
By the way,
something you would have done.
What?
Someone's gonna rest in peace. I mean.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? You know what? Becky's promo was really good. I thought the crowd was dead though, but she did a really good promo.
Yeah, she did a good job. I actually liked that. You're right.
I went nuts for the Brood, and the crowd.
Oh my god!
React like I thought.
No, well, you're right. They kind of weren't, but I did at home.
Dude,
I was so loud.
I wanted to ask you guys something. Did you see when the crowd started chanting, Ronda, right? And so fast she turned around and was on it. Now, were they plants or was she ad-libbing there?
Well, they got a match coming up.
Yeah, but the way she just fucking, I don't know, it was just the way it happened in that little moment. I was just like, what happened? Is that like, because the crowd was involved, and it was just kind of like, how much you went with her promo, it had to either be a plant or her ad-libbing in the moment.
I think she's just ad-libbing. Like, the crowd knows she's facing Ronda, so they're like, all right, bring on Ronda.
I didn't think they gave them, like, any leeway. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they do, because even Shane last week, Shane was like, the crowd was chanting CM Punk, and he was like, I don't believe he's in the tournament. You know, they respond to shit.
I fucking missed that. Well, Shane's different. I could see that.
It is different for Shane. I mean,
I didn't think they gave anybody else any, you know.
I think sometimes they kind of encourage it, and the wrestlers just don't even do it. They just kind of go, "Oh,
wait a minute, I've never really heard that." But then again, you're right. I know they're probably not used to doing it, so they don't initiate it. But I thought WWE was just straight up against it. They weren't open to it.
Well, I think they bounce back and forth. I think there's some people, they go, "Don't acknowledge anything. Get the damn thing read. Read the whole script and get through it, and whatever else."
And Road Dogg's like, just get out there and get you a paycheck. That's all we can do.
What the fuck? Joe Dog, it's me, Joe Dog. I haven't done a Joe Dog in a while. It's been at least.
Joe Dogs are amazing, dude, because you got the chin flows out like his.
If I could get that effect to work live, like that would be the fucking
man.
That'd be the gold mine. If somebody can tell me an app where I can do that live. Look, it's me, Joe Dog, man. Vince is over here. He's beating me, man. He's slapping me. He slapped my brother. Man, he damn Erwin R. Shyster has a knife up his ass. All right, let's.
Oh yeah, that's the best part is when you start laughing at something. Go, Vince, put it away, man. Yeah. Put it away.
Dude, he actually showed that to Vince, man. That's the funniest thing.
That's great.
Isn't that funny?
Wow.
Who the hell is this idiot? No, it's you, Vince. Hey, Young Republican, what's up?
Hello, it's the Great YR. How you doing, guys?
The Great YR's in the house. You only seem to get on the SmackDown reviews. We always get you on SmackDown.
I know. Jake, you looking tired tonight.
I am beat the fuck up today.
Listen.
I'm covered in blood and fucking hurting, buddy. How you doing, baby?
I thought that was a joke earlier when you said that to me.
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh my god!
Well, I thought tired. Jake needs to get some sleepy.
No, he does. But when he texted me about being covered in blood, I thought he was just making some kind of reference to the Brood shit. I didn't know.
No. Fucking. They hit an artery or something today when they got one of the injections right above my ass.
Oh.
And doctor's like, "Oh Jesus!" And I have blood that I've yet to. I just came home and watched SmackDown. So
I was gonna say, there was a time when we didn't buy tampons either. Yeah,
I know. My poor vagina.
No, what's up, Young?
Listen, SmackDown. It was, to me, I like Raw better, honestly.
What?
You liked Raw better?
I mean, look, I know you're crazy, but Jesus. No, but seriously, because every Raw I can always look forward to a good Elias segment, decent, so that's good. And then, I don't know, I did like when Dean was silent, but this is a SmackDown review, so.
Well, no, wait a minute.
Because we had no one defend Raw, so.
Yeah, like Jake's like, why the fuck?
I mean, I'm not saying it was.
I don't know how you
did last night, but
look, I'm not saying it was the greatest. I mean, personally,
did you not like AJ and Daniel Bryan? Because I'm pretty sure that was the best match of both shows. Was there a better match than Daniel and AJ?
I don't know about that. Because I was even fucking into it. I yelled at the screen twice, and I haven't done that in years.
No, I'm saying that was good, and then the whole deal with the, fuck, I'm starting to sound like Tommy.
Yeah, you are. You really are.
Well, we know you watched, but
with that opinion, you are Tommy.
No, but I really didn't. I know
but you
y'all
literally
like the
named probably the only two. Actually, the only one decent thing. Elias being a decent segment, but that leading to jinder didn't really.
Yeah. It really wasn't much.
I can make a statement like this. I personally, and I'm not even trolling to be an asshole. I personally turned off the women's pay-per-view when the NXT shit came out. Honestly.
You're.
But see, you don't watch NXT weekly, do you?
It's not about that. I just don't prefer the women at all, honestly.
Okay, so that's a different opinion. Because originally what I was touting was the fact that they don't.
About?
I don't know.
I know.
Dude.
I've been wanting to
Young's
bring it up, but I just personally don't.
It's all
they don't do anything.
Like fucking Undertaker's streak really pissed me off, man.
I don't know.
See,
I'm all.
I just don't know.
Place.
Well, no, I get what you're saying, and it's almost as if I've been saying they don't do enough to make you interested in they're gonna have on a
but
on a
he
main
started
roster
watching
pay-per-view.
it. But he started watching it though. That's the thing. Like why?
Yeah,
how could
you notice he capped out when the NXT women were on. you don't have any interest in them because you don't know them. And if you're only watching the main roster, they did nothing to tell you who these people are. If you're only watching Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, but you got to watch the. I mean, it was the Mae Young Classic. I think he's talking about. Did you tune out during Toni Storm's match?
Yeah, like that was like the third match, wasn't it?
That's the Mae Young Classic match.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people that only watch Raw and SmackDown that had no idea.
Yeah, but why in the world are people watching Raw and SmackDown then? Because that stuff is better than Raw and SmackDown. So
granted, it is. We've known that for years.
I watch your reviews more than I watch Monday and Tuesday nights. I catch the intros of both shows.
That's all you had to say.
You should watch those then because those are pretty good. Like that stuff's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean we always support NXT and the women.
I said all week long, man. I said, Toni Storm and Shirai's going to be like maybe the best match of the night, and then after that, it could be Becky and Charlotte, or it could be the NXT title, and it's like that's sort of what happened. I mean, I'm just surprised. Yeah, man, you should check that stuff out. I mean,
no, I know NXT is good, and I know it's all, but I'm so old. I'm kind of old school. I'm more into the storylines and shit.
You're into the main roster weekly stuff.
There's better storylines on NXT.
So you didn't like tonight then at all?
I'm a hardcore fan, but I'm a casual viewer. I guess. But
I think tonight was good.
I know everything was going on.
The first 35 minutes of SmackDown was great tonight, and it was all accidental, all because Daniel Bryan said, "I'm not going." They were able to.
Yeah, but the commercial breaks kill me, dude.
I know,
commercial breaks.
Yeah, but I expect that now, so I'm just kind of like, all right, well, I told you, I knocked it down a whole point. Maybe that match could have been an 8 or a 9 or something. I gave it a 7.5 because of the commercials, but it's still it's still the best match that happened all last night or tonight.
Yeah, because last night the only match that was good was the women's 10 women tag match there.
And I kind of skipped that because I was fading out.
And in that you knew, all right, it's going to be the faces going over the heels, and it had like that it was fun to watch, but it was just that typical run-of-the-mill predictable match. I mean, there wasn't going to be any surprises or any big revelations from it. There's no turns coming, no major storylines. And we showcased that even more tonight. The only thing we saw was Becky for 90 seconds, if even. So they didn't even capitalize on Evolution whatsoever because they have Becky no women's. Yeah, we saw Becky. Yeah, her promo was what, 90 seconds?
Yeah, it was really good.
Extremely quick.
It was great.
It was great. I'm not saying that, but we didn't get a women's match tonight. They did nothing to capitalize on Evolution because they don't care. Evolution was just to appease, as we've said over and over.
Yeah, they could have done that instead, but then they couldn't do the pumpkin match for the goddamn kids. So
yeah, they could. I'll tell you what. If there was no Brood, that would have been. I was angry up until the Brood came out. So the New Day, whoever came up with that idea, saved it. Let me mute you guys real quick. I'm just gonna mute you guys for a second and try to trigger these donation sounds and see what you guys got to say here. Let me trigger the sound. That's gonna be Kane.
My name is Kane, and I'm donating.
Shit, it's Kane, everybody. Bad Omen.
Raw was ass, SmackDown a bit better, and the Bills sucked off Tom Brady's dick again last night. But there is one good thing, the ministry is back to fuck people in the mouth that fuck with the JIZZ Army.
Bad Omen, man. Thank you so much, bro. Bad Omen 666, you nailed that, man. Dude, I saw the Bills on the schedule, and I was like, we're going to eat some ass tonight. We're going to eat some ass tonight, man. Bad Omen, thank you for the donation. We got more rolling in. Jake, if you could say a couple words to Jesse, you guys could talk for a second. I got you muted, but that might trigger it.
I got everyone's addresses, man. I got everyone's fucking addresses, man.
Well, hello, good-looking, winking face.
Yeah, what's up to Mellow Yellow? How you doing, Mellow? You want some of this, Mellow? You want me to come over? You want me to come down there? You should be getting that monetize this championship belt soon, Mellow Yellow. For your buddy, for your roommate, Fami. Fami and Mellow Yellow living together. Hey, is he going to let you hold the belt too? Because that would be like that's a friendly thing to do. And he should do that, Mellow Yellow. So we'll find out what happens with that, Mellow Yellow. Thank you, man. Give Fami all my love, man. All my love to Fami on this SmackDown review eve. Let's play another one, see what's up.
Give me that hell yeah!
Bloody hell, Joe, you uneducated American fuck. Just kidding, Joe. How's it going tonight, Joe, Jake and Jesse? Chip chip cheerio, my good mates.
Chip chip cheerio. Chip chip cheerio. Casey is raw. Chip chip chiroo. I'm sorry. Oh my god, dude, our UK listeners hate us now. Like, this is unbelievable. Casey is raw, man. What's up, Casey? How you doing? We're doing all right, I think. By the way, I think we can hear the donations, so we're good.
Yes.
Let's go right to the man. Just call me Luke. What's up, Luke?
What's up?
All right, I'm hanging up on you now for that.
Long time no talk, guys. What's going on?
How you doing, man? How you been?
Oh, well, I've been doing all right. Watched my Pistons lose to you guys tonight. That was kind of upsetting. Also watched SmackDown a bit. Liked the beginning match. Thought that was very cool that they were able to do that for Daniel, considering that he didn't want to go over to do Crown Jewel. And so glad he did that. Glad Joe got the push to do that match instead.
Somebody made a funny joke saying, like, oh, he couldn't go over there. You know what they do to goats over there or something like that?
Oh, we like your goats very much, very much.
Well, that's a different country.
Oh, my bad.
That was India.
But no, I mean, other than that, it was your typical SmackDown, guys. I mean,
what?
I don't know.
What do you mean it was your typical SmackDown? It started off with like a pay-per-view match.
No, that was fine. I'm not saying that was the bad part. Everything else other than Becky.
It trailed off. I mean, after that, it started trailing off. I thought Becky's promo was real good. That match was good. Samoa Joe was real good. And everything else, other than the Brood. The Brood popped me.
Dude,
I like the Brood Day. That was
dude,
awesome.
I started jumping up and down. I'm like, no, this is not happening. And all of a sudden, here come the New Day as the Brood. I'm like, oh, utter disappointment.
I'll tell you what, if there was no Brood thing like that, like if they'd come out any other way, I would have been like, this sucks. What are they doing? Here we go, stupid. And I was saying
having
that.
People lying down holding like orange lights to be the fire on the ramp. That was the best part of that. Was so good. They had people in black bodysuits laying on the ground in a circle holding like orange flashlights. So it looked like they came out with the fire.
Whoever sad is it?
With that, the genius. I will say that. Whoever came up with that made me laugh so fucking hard.
How sad is it that in 1998, like, they rose up from below the Titantron surrounded by fire, and tonight it had to be people covered in black holding fake candles, like 20 years later.
Even if they had pyro, I would hope that they would do that just because of how ridiculous, because it was like a total parody.
Yeah, that was so funny. But the truth is like they really can't do that. That's the funny thing. But no, I get it. It's way funny. It's like the Gilbert thing where they hold the sparklers. Yeah. They had pyro, but it's not
Gilbert
fire extinguishers.
Oh my god, dude, it was. But my point was, like, Raw last night to me was so bad. Raw last night was a 2 out of 10. I mean, I'd go 5 out of 10 on this show tonight just because AJ and Daniel Bryan and then the Samoa Joe. How
sad is it? That just took me back with the pyro thing, because like when we went to these things, like when it was good. You could smell that shit in the air. Like there's a smell to it. There's a feel to it. Now it's like a dead feel when you go to these things.
Yeah, because they're pumping in smoke for the lights, but
yeah, there's an electronic board.
But it's just not the same kind of thing, and there's not as many signs. People aren't as pumped. Half the people are fucking casual people with kids or some shit. It's just weird. It just like made me like really like it just hit me all like, wow, man. I'm glad I went when it was not like this, because it's just not the same kind of thing. It was like going to a goddamn concert, dude.
Well,
it was like a Kiss concert or some shit before.
Yeah, it was. It was a circus.
Huh?
It really was, Jesse. You're right.
It was huge back then.
Yeah, you got the music, the pyro, and the music. The sound system they had was always so deafening loud.
I mean, we're talking about more than the pyro and everything, but it just like adds to the feel. Like
yeah, it made it feel larger than life. And that was exactly it. Now you're. Then you went and you saw like a show. Now I feel like you're seeing a performance.
They fucking were why pay-per-view was pay-per-view. They were like a huge reason why that was even the case. Now they're not even on pay-per-view.
I mean, they still are. You can still rent it, I believe, and not be on the network, but it's not as much as it was.
Wow.
But the thing that kills me is that tonight, it was the first time in a long time I feel like we've gotten anything pay-per-view caliber on TV without it being an anniversary show.
Agreed.
And we used to get that all the time, especially, that's what I loved about the Attitude Era. Tonight, Stone Cold, you're defending the title against The Undertaker and Kane in a triple threat match. And, the belt was defended, very regularly, and matches happened. You didn't have to keep people apart as much. You didn't have to, you never really, you knew what you were looking forward to. Because the night after a pay-per-view, they already had the main event booked for the next pay-per-view. And they told you what it was, and you knew what it was going to be. But they did stuff from then to then, You weren't just, oh, God, let the pay-per-view get here already because there's nothing to look forward to. That's so just tedious.
Well, Jake, how many times back in the day did The Rock and Triple H both have title matches on SmackDown, almost every week?
Yeah,
it was defended back in the day, randomly.
Every freaking week, that title. Oh, I'll go after you for the title tonight. Oh, okay, sounds good to me.
It would even change hands on a major.
I can remember, dude. I can remember my complaint at the time of the Attitude Era. That time, my complaint then was that when I was younger, they would defend the Intercontinental Championship a lot of times. And the WWE title would never be defended unless it was like a pay-per-view. So at the time, I remember thinking, like, man, they put this belt on the line too much on Raw. This thing's always on the line on Raw. Why? They do it too much. And now it's like the opposite again. But, because it used to be that in the, in the 90s, especially the mid-90s and the early 90s, they would never defend the WWE World title on Raw. They would, but the main event might be like Shawn Michaels versus Mr. Perfect for the IC belt, thus kind of giving a different level to the championship.
That was their TV title essentially,
Right. But even it's just I don't know, it works so well, but then
between that and the Hardcore Championship.
Yeah, well, the Hardcore was years
later. The Hardcore they didn't have until the late 90s, but I'm talking about 92 and 93.
Oh, yeah.
94. 95, 96, even 97. I don't know how many times the WWE title was on the line on Raw in 97, but it was really rare. Maybe
I'll say at the beginning of 97. Going back through rerun after rerun that I've watched. It wasn't very much, but towards the end, once Austin and everything started picking up steam, and Undertaker started going into more of his Ministry of Darkness gimmick. That's when it started to pick up.
I don't know. It depends on what you're talking about. But, yeah, as far as the title being defended, it was, I would say, about 98, some point in 98, maybe mid to late, probably mid-98, they started putting the world title on the line a little bit, the WWE title on the line a little bit. But certainly 99, and definitely once they got into the 2000s.
Yeah.
For sure. Then it was all the time. And like you said, I don't feel that it was defended too much at that point. Especially the main title, but I felt like you didn't get enough finishes. We'd always see the false finish or the interference, and you got tired of disqualifications, and they kind of ran out of ways to keep feuds going besides the run-ins, the DQs, especially when Triple H was defending the belts, and you had that McMahon Helmsley era. There was a point in time where it was just eye rolling constantly. You knew it was that there was no chance of a legit pinfall.
None of that was my idea, bro. I didn't do that, bro.
Russo ran away at that point. He was
have
done.
Nicole Bass.
He was already
and slap everyone.
I had sex with Nicole Bass, bro.
He already had Judy Bagwell on a pole at WCW at that point.
She would just pick him up and I don't know, power slam her cock into him or something.
Hey, 678's on the phone, bro. 678, bro. Go ahead, bro. It's Vince.
What up?
How you doing, man? How are you?
What up?
I'm good. I didn't expect to get in.
Oh, yeah, man. I got you on. There's 9 calls on the screen. I picked you. It's like fate.
What you got?
Oh, nothing. This is Sean the Gamer from Twitter. We were talking earlier, and I live 15 minutes away from Atlanta where the show was tonight, and I can just tell the crowd wasn't into it.
Well, yeah, you were saying this on Twitter. They died after that first match, I think. I feel like.
the first match definitely gassed him, but it also looked like there was a lot of empty seats yet again.
Every
time the camera, like, there wasn't a whole section that was missing.
Well, he just said himself.
Either in the State Farm Arena or the Mercedes-Benz Arena, and you can tell, like, the top two layers were blacked out, and they're normally full for, like, other events, and it was blacked out for SmackDown.
Yeah, it was State Farm
Arena.
Wait, isn't that just the norm now? Can we just accept this?
No, because the State Farm Arena can hold 21,000 fans. I bet you there was possibly 6,000 max.
No, but I think what Justin's saying is that at this point it's not a shock anymore. It was a shock.
Oh no,
for a while.
It's certainly not. But
it's interesting that they don't like. What did they really sell out the Evolution show?
Yeah, apparently they did.
How many people was that?
They're like, people were really there for SmackDown for
15,000
AidZ, Xavier, and Becky.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, AJ and Becky, I agree.
It's funny that they can fill like 15,000 or whatever for that show, but they can't fill like 10 for this. That's
man. Well, I know
it's
you
not a
didn't
shock,
go.
but it's sad.
Look, I mean, he didn't go. He just told you. I mean, he watches the shows and he didn't go. And it was in his backyard.
Nope.
That's funny, yeah.
That's how people are down on
this
product.
There was no promotion at all. Like, normally, like, when NXT was in town, it was like, oh, go watch NXT. Go see NXT live. But for SmackDown tonight, it was really supposed to be a house show because my girlfriend was telling me. And they changed it, I guess, for Crown Jewel.
They don't want to advertise this to America that much. They just want to get their Saudi agreement over it and come back here and do their thing because they'll get more backlash if they're advertising it everywhere. What else? Because what else do they have to advertise about it right now? It's the build to the Saudi show.
Right.
Well, like I said, it's not even so much. It's not even annoying anymore. It's just, I don't know. It's just there.
It's just interesting to keep saying it.
There now.
All the numbers are down. I mean, dude, all the numbers are down. It's a mess. Even I think it was, I don't know if it was CJ Crum, I forget who it was on Twitter, C Nation. Somebody was like, Joe, how dare you judge the crowd or something like that? And I was like, I didn't judge the crowd because I said, well, the crowd was dead for Becky's promo, but it was a really good promo anyway. And then he was like, how dare you judge the crowd on Twitter? And I was like, dude, I didn't judge the crowd. I just said what it happened. The crowd was quiet. If I judged the crowd, I would have said the crowd sucks. And I didn't say I didn't say that.
Really quick, Jesse, I guess they we heard many times that, Michael Cole, Renee Young noted, especially during the kickoff pre-show, that the event was sold out for Evolution. But apparently from people being there, I mean, we see pictures of seats sparsely, like here and there, being empty.
There were hundreds of $10 seats on StubHub 5 hours before the show, so I don't know how it was.
Oh, wow.
The final noting of it was 90% full.
Again, remember this. Remember this.
14,500 seat capacity.
Remember this. WWE gets away with saying sold out because when they dumped the tickets to a ticket office, they sold the tickets.
Them.
Yes, they sold them.
So they technically can say it's sold out. The only way
it's a
they
bylaw for them. They're not lying.
That's pretty fucking lame.
If you remember, there was a show months ago where almost the entire half of one of the main sections on the hard cam on the right, and then the balconies above it, 3 balconies above it, all tarped off, blacked out.
All tarped off. I remember that.
And they said, we are sold out here on SmackDown Live or whatever it was. And then somebody sent us a picture, and it was like, it was in the middle of the show, too. And they were tarped off. Because even when you get there, if it's tarped, it doesn't change. They don't undo the tarp. When you get there
beforehand, they know capacity who's coming.
They know.
See, wait a minute. Here's the thing about that though, and I can strictly remember this when you guys were talking about it, because this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's so funny when the side cam accidentally gets a little too or pans a little too far.
Yeah.
You can see the tarped off sections. I just start laughing because I'm just like, oh, that's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, it's so funny. Most of those seats are the ones that are dumped to the ticket offices. Some of the ones around the ringside sometimes, and certainly the ones up there. And they try to give away tickets. I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing. The only thing that's bad about it is how they, I don't even blame them for trying to cover it up and trying to hype what's going on. But it's like when you really get into an argument with somebody about attendance and viewership and stuff, and somebody says that everything is just so great. it's just kind of like, you're really kind of a goofball. Let me play some of these donations. We're behind here.
Super Chat Party.
Christian Rodriguez.
Hey Joe, what's up? I just wanted to donate to send love and support.
Thank you, Christian, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, man, for dropping a couple bucks. Every bit helps. I really appreciate it, guys. We're making a push to move soon, so I'm trying to collect and piggy bank everything so that we can get out of here and I don't miss the first payment on wherever I move to. So I appreciate all the support.
Congrats to you and Leah, by the way.
Thanks, man. I think she's really happy tonight because she got a mount or something that she's been trying to get in World of Warcraft for 11 years. So I don't think all she's happy about is that. If I die tomorrow, it's okay.
It's funny when you get something like that you've worked for so long.
Super chat. Right.
Smackdown gets perfect 10, but Joe and Styles again.
Jesus. CJ Crumb, what's up, CJ Crumb? How you been? Perfect 10. I can't go there.
How is it a perfect 10 when one of the hands is all messed up?
Yeah. I love you, CJ Crumb, but oh my God. Jesus. He is the perfect no-show.
Oh shit, my pussy is fucking dripping wet because in 2 hours it's Halloween. I'm going to start getting my big black dildos out and start fucking my tight pink pussy and fucking my asshole at the same time. Have a good night, Joe and Jake.
Oh my God, dude. What the fuck?
That Blumpkin cunt pussy juice. Making them wet.
Like, what the fuck? Dude, what the fuck?
What a fucking donation, especially with that voice.
Dude, that is the really what the fuck?
My pussy is wet. Fuck yeah,
Happy early Halloween.
Addresses MON. I got everyone's fucking addresses MON.
If Joe and Braun don't win their title matches, then they'll never win a championship.
Thanks to Blumpkin cunt pussy juice, and now CJ Crumb. Yeah, I don't think Joe's gonna win. No, I don't think
Joe has no chance. AJ's holding that belt until he breaks the record.
Yeah, this is just a fill-in. He's a fill-in anyway. There's no
Why
one's
Society
winning.
said it months ago, and so many others, and I didn't doubt it, but there was just so much evidence to the contrary. But
you wanted you were hopeful that it wouldn't be that way.
Yeah. Well, because we wanted to see certain storylines play out, but especially with what's going on now, it's certainly not going to happen that way. He'll have it at least to the Rumble. So
I'll say, which one of you guys called the Daniel Bryan possible injury?
Hold that thought.
My name is Kane, and I'm donating.
Question: what's the difference between a smart Englishman and a unicorn? Answer: nothing. They're both fictional. As I sip my tea and eat a biscuit, I tip my hat to you, Joe, Jake, and Jesse.
Oh
Shout out to the chat.
Hey.
Yeah, Gorilla Strong.
Thank you, Gorilla Strong. Listen, Gorilla Strong, you're a beast, Gorilla Strong. But real quick to get to Luke's thing before another donation plays. Gorilla, thank you. So just to call me Luke real quick before another donation comes in. We had Adam Ant was telling us that. A few other sources were telling us this for a while.
Do a little basketball
Jake knew
dance
about
off the concrete.
It's been a while we've known.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you
about
little
Daniel Bryan?
meth head devil
Oh,
worshippers.
okay. I thought that's what you're talking about.
I'll be honest. I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
I just watched a video about women refusing to work for Ronda because of her reckless moves.
Really?
Injuring stars, so I guess my question to you is, where does Ronda go from here as soon as she drops the title?
Joseph B. Green the second.
Yeah, send that video our way. I'd like to see that. We can talk about it out of nowhere.
Yeah, what video? Yeah, send.
I've not seen anything like that.
Tweet that to us, because otherwise I don't know what.
She's got reckless moves, injuring stuff.
Yeah, because Alexa Bliss came out and said, the first time it was an accident and wasn't blaming her, but she said the second one was on her, not Ronda at all. So those are the only two.
Well, they also might not want to fuck up the whole. I don't know. They might even.
This is one of those shoot interviews, though, Jesse. It wasn't like an official statement.
Party.
Wonder who said it.
Thanks for all you do, Joe Dollar Jake.
Hey, Brett. Thank you, man. Thank you, Brett.
I just watched a video about.
Yo, it's me, Brett the Hitman Hart.
That'd be awesome to catch that.
Yeah, we'll have to.
It'd be awesome if you could bring my brother Owen back to life.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hey, by the way, happy
Jesus.
birthday, Tony Brooks in the chat. Happy birthday.
What's up, Tony Brooks? Thanks, man. Happy birthday. Listen, I'm sorry, Brett. Calm down, Brett. Why do you got to do that? I know you're a legend, but damn it. You know, in America, you guys really give up very quickly. We have seances here that can do all kinds of things.
Who's ready for hashtag Crown Wanker? This SmackDown was okay. Becky and AJ are literally the only thing going for WWE right now. BTW, we should get Joe versus the Bear tonight on 2K. That crap was amazing last night. Hashtag I boo the cunt.
Generated. That is generated. G53. Generated, man. It's good to hear from you, my friend. And we will take more phone calls. Luke, I'm going to let you go, man, but it's good to hear from you. I'm glad you're still around, man.
Dude, always.
All right,
always
man.
Happy Halloween.
Thank you for everything you do for me and the show and everything in the past, too. Thank you, man.
Oh, for sure, dude. Anytime.
All the back rubs, and it's appreciated.
I just meant all the money.
I give good back rubs, bro.
I meant the money he's donated.
I'll take a back rub. Fuck it.
Thanks, just call me Luke.
If you like steroids, then I like steroids. Dinner Mahal, Dinner Mahal.
Dinner Mahal.
Dinner Mahal, got the fork in my balls.
I got the needle in my balls. Needle in my
We
balls.
gotta make a fucking song for Dinner Mahal now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, Dinner Mahal. I'm working on a Dinner Mahal one.
It's like you just do a gif of like a TV dinner and like I don't know.
Oh my God.
But it's you know it's like hummus and shit. What do they eat?
What happened with Ty Dillinger?
Kill.
Michael Myers just donated.
Just a kill.
Kill.
Kill for me, Jason.
Stitch
Fuck for me.
Stitch Jones, thanks for the $4. And Michael Myers is gonna kill
You've got
somebody.
To fuck these kids, Jason.
They
all love to fuck.
You've got to fuck these kids.
Could you imagine, dude? They like they do a Friday the 13th like porno. They might have done one.
Yeah, where he just has to bang
Yeah,
them
he just fucks everybody, and he's like, he just
super chat. Super chat.
SmackDown was okay because of Styles and Bryan.
Casey Rose, I agree. Casey Rose, yeah. The reason why, if it wasn't for Daniel Bryan and AJ, it would have been, and then Samoa coming out and doing all that. Yeah, it would have been a 3 out of 10 or 2 out of 10 show as well. But luckily that happened. Becky cut a promo and the Brood showed up, and therefore I gave it a 5 out of 10. But a very goofy 5. What, Jake?
I know you and I were kind of on the same wavelength about Crown Jewel in the Universal title match. We'll get into this more out of nowhere, but I kind of want to pick your brain ahead of time. Apparently, Brock, this is just what I'm hearing now at this point, and it's not widespread, but Brock doesn't want to do Survivor Series. He's trying to get back in to focus on training. He agreed to Crown Jewel ahead of time due to the increased pay rate. That seems certainly believable. I mean, that's not out of the realm of believability when it comes to Brock.
Survivor Series.
Oh, everybody gets a substantial pay increase. There was also other stars.
No. I was wondering if they got less pay for Survivor Series for some fucking reason.
Oh, yeah. I bet you. Yeah. They're making
Crown
more
Jewel,
for
they're
Crown
getting
Jewel.
like 3 times their normal rate, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean that. I mean like from the normal pay-per-views. I wonder if Survivor Series is just like a less pay in general because it sucks.
I don't think so. I think it's the standard rate, but it's one of like the big 4 of the year.
Crown Jewel has made them.
So he just doesn't want. He's trying to train for what, MMA?
Yeah, he's doing his MMA return. And there's also this kind of lines up with what I'm hearing as well, because Adamant had said, I heard from a few others, that it wasn't just Cena and Bryan that didn't want to show up. I mean, last show Sami Zayn refused to show up. I kind of forgot about that as well.
Oh.
And that was at the Greatest Royal Rumble. But this time there's been other stars as well that said they weren't comfortable with going.
You're fired.
They were like bribed / convinced to still go along with the show. They were promised either certain matches, feuds, or they might have gotten pay increases.
They took the
blood
money
too. It makes sense with John Cena. It would make sense to me if they kept him away, because it almost fucks up his gimmick. If they start getting any backlash, they can like go after him.
That, and Cena obviously has the Hollywood deals behind him and the talent agencies that wouldn't go with it. Daniel Bryan,
that makes
more
a lot
like
of
a
sense.
moral
Daniel Bryan just pissed him off. They're like, "Why not? God damn it, you're a
shit bomb." He's more in a moral
Everyone
standpoint, but at least they didn't do Bryan dirty.
What about me? I'm sitting in this fucking wheelchair and nobody cares. Hashtag fuck wheelchairs.
Oh my god. Lex Luger. Lex Luger. Wow. Everybody feels bad for Reigns. What about me? I'm in this fucking wheelchair. Oh my god, dude.
Is that legit? Like, what's wrong with Luger?
So you don't know what Luger looks like? Go look it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Take a look at him, everybody! At the very embodiment, Lex Luger!
I got everyone's addresses, Mon! I got everyone's fucking addresses, Mon!
Does creative not know what to do with Nia, Braun, and Big Show? Can't make up their minds if they're face or heel.
Stitch Jones, what's been up, Stitch Jones? Good to hear from you, man. Thanks for the $5 drop. I don't think creative knows much to do with what to do with anybody.
Yeah. And that kind of lines up here. So they don't want AJ versus Brock again anyways at Survivor Series. And Drew McIntyre said on Raw that once the Universal title situation is figured out, that's where his focus will be. So he didn't say he's going to interfere in the match. He didn't say that he's going to attack anybody. He said once that's all settled and done, then that's where his focus is going to be aimed at. So I think from what I'm hearing, from what, you line everything up, it makes sense that we're going to have Braun walk away with the title on Friday. I originally went with you. We had the same wavelength, thinking like it's a really hard decision to be made.
Wait, you
for
think
them.
that? So you just think that they'll just slap? I mean, I would agree that if somebody's going to win it, it is 100% Braun, because Brock is just there for the name and stuff.
Yeah, and he's obviously at this show strictly for the increased pay rate.
He
agreed to this months out.
I could see it going the other way.
Yeah, but apparently he's not on the Survivor Series schedule.
Brock
at all
should not be. I can't imagine Brock would ever go to Survivor Series, that garbage show. Why would he go to Survivor Series?
Exactly. It doesn't suit and fit anything at this point in time. If there's no real reason,
he'd have to be the main event, and it would have to be like a really big draw so that they could up the money for.
So we'll get Braun and AJ against each other, which I think will be a fun match to see.
Yeah, Braun and AJ should be really. We talked about that.
I think that'll be really good. Yeah, we mentioned that last night.
Because of how AJ works with big guys, it's interesting to see him in those matches. Look what he did with Brock. It should be really good with Braun.
Yeah, and I know Matt had said, I don't want to basically see, it's hard because they may not go with it because it'll be face versus face, but that doesn't matter because it's Raw versus SmackDown. They don't need a face and a heel for this. Well, that's how they cover themselves.
By the way, if you hate the Saudis, if you're mad at them or you're mad we're going, then if it does happen that Braun actually wins the title there, well then the Saudi prince is going to have a cum stain in his pants because that guy wants titles to change hands at his show badly.
That's another reason as well.
So this kind of allows WWE to be able to do that. But I still don't think it's going to happen for some reason, but it does allow them to do it. Freddy Krueger now. Oh, my God. It was Michael Myers. It's almost Halloween. And, oh, my God, it's Michael Myers. It's Freddy Krueger.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
Welcome to primetime, bitch.
Leah unlocked the long-awaited dildo mount of Azkaban in World of Warcraft. I know. I purposely just. The Headless Horseman's mount.
Yeah, and you can only get it 2 weeks out of the year.
2 weeks? What, during Halloween?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that thing's very elusive.
Wow, Leah's
else actually talking
out.
about that earlier today, so a video I was watching. Go figure.
So she got like the golden ticket?
Pretty much.
She said you can only get it 2 weeks out of the year every year, and it's been 11 years, so there you go. Does that mean I'm going to get sex later? Oh.
She's still happy.
Who cares?
You should get like Warcraft
You don't
sex.
need permission, Joe. Look, you're married. You don't need to ask. You just get told no.
No, I'll get beat up if I'd be called a. I don't know.
It's automatically a no. You're married now.
Yeah.
Fuck that. That's why.
You don't want to get into it. I'm about 3 minutes away from probably should just kill myself. Hey Tommy, what's up?
Not much. How you doing tonight, Joe?
Not good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just came off a 3-hour car ride.
So you didn't watch SmackDown?
Yes, I did. I watched it tonight. I did not watch Raw last night because I was on a 3-hour car ride going to the beach
Wait.
And Fat.
Wait.
Buddy.
You're on a 3-hour car ride yesterday or today?
That was yesterday.
So you're coming off a 3-hour...
Where's your tan?
Wait a minute. You're coming off a 3-hour car ride from yesterday.
Well, I went to the beach, dropped off that person, and then drove back to Black Mountain.
Oh, damn. You didn't even get to chill at the beach?
Nope, just got to breathe.
Shit, man.
Wait a minute. You have a car? You dropped somebody off?
No. I rode with somebody. I should have clarified that. I rode with somebody to keep them awake so they wouldn't fall asleep.
Oh,
all the way piggyback ride.
This is Hams that we're talking about.
Everybody get in the mystery machine.
You're funny.
What's wrong with Scooby-Doo?
That was funny. Come on. That was great.
Yeah, so what'd you think of SmackDown tonight, Tommy?
I thought it was decent. I do like the opening match with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I thought that was a decent match. I really wanted Daniel to win. Honestly, I feel like that. I feel like Daniel is in good shape, and I feel like that he should be having
ShiBUM. I will chop your fucking head off. Now make me a damn sandwich.
Jason Voorhees now chiming in. Thank you, Jason, for becoming a $5 ShiBUM and interrupting Tommy's speech about SmackDown and how Daniel Bryan's in shape.
He just wanted his machete back.
No, so Daniel Bryan's in shape, so he deserves to win. And what else? Thank you, Jason. Well, Daniel Bryan refuses.
Well, they're both in shape, so.
Yeah, I mean, AJ might be in more shape, but Daniel Bryan's a vegan, so I don't know. But you know, Daniel Bryan refuses to go to Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, so they had to make him lose tonight.
It was a good. Honestly, I didn't care who lost after that. I think towards the end, they really had a good fucking match.
Joe, show my picture and torture AQ, then roll over fucking Tommy. What kind of fucking suit is that? Fix your tie.
Lex Luger.
It's called a 3-piece, you shithead. Fuck you.
You just called the man behind the Lex Express a piece of shit and a shithead.
That might be the best thing you've ever said. It's called a 3-piece, you shithead.
Oh, the 3-piece, you shithead.
I have style and you don't, fuckface.
Yeah, man. You got style, all right.
And I'll put it up your ass. And what is a wingtip? You munglet?
I used to sell a lot of wingtips. Bostonians. The merge.
Although Lex Luger greater than Roman Reigns, leukemia vacuum greater than wheelchair.
Oh my
Not mount,
God.
But points to DeMarco.
Oh my God, the merge. Oh,
I said,
thank you, Merge. That was the guy getting arrested at the airport. I just remember where that clip was from, and it became way funnier.
Oh, we should I don't know.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy grab my glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack, cause when I leave for the night, I ain't coming back. This what for Tommy or British till talk.
Oh my God.
Cause when I leave for the night, I ain't coming back. I'm talking pedicure on our toes, trying on all our clothes.
Right.
Sorry. Thank you.
Fucking God, I thought that was a donation. Oh, fuck.
No. Casey is raw in the merge, and Lex Luger's trolling you about what you look like, Tom. He said you look like a retarded elf.
Chris Lee wants to know where the fedora's at. You've been missing that for a while.
That's crazy, man.
Here we go. You got to transform.
Here we go. Now we're fucking talking.
There we go. Now you're fucking Dick Tracy styling.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're about to go solve a crime. Let's fucking do this.
That's why I said the mystery machine. Yeah.
That's right.
Sean in the chat says, get this piece of shit off your show. This is the reason people think wrestling fans are stupid. Well, you guys had the chance to...
I'm not stupid. That's so rude.
You know, you guys had the chance to ban Tommy for the year on the show. It didn't happen, though. You know, so that's your faults.
Yeah, now he's styling and profiling.
Guys should have
fucking. Fair, I think people think we're stupid for reviewing and watching a review of such a thing anyway. So.
Yeah. You know, I had to say to you.
Yeah, you call me immature, doo-doo head.
Wow, Tommy, did you really just do that? Like, dude, that was...
Yeah, what the fuck was going on? I just fucking tried to save you by generalizing.
That was the most 5-year-old... Yeah, you know what I got to say about that?
Neener.
Tommy, Tommy, you're never going to have sex with a woman.
ShiBUM! Just don't do
I am
that.
happy to have my voice back.
Or do.
I will mind fuck all of you. Smackdown, as I would say, insert Tommy's words, a lackluster.
I don't know, that opening match was pretty good. I don't know how people... Man, I mean, Raw was lackluster.
Best of both nights, that opening match. I mean, there was no match that compared to it on Raw at all, so...
Thanks, Professor X.
Even slightly.
Professor X, are you ready? I said, are you ready?
Okay, sweetheart, get ready for the gook.
And then
Tommy, life advice: if you're blowing raspberries, aim for the clit. Did you like anything else about SmackDown?
Then you bust inside her.
Not really. I kind of thought the rest of it. I paid attention.
Tommy, I'm going to put your tie in your mouth and cut your penis off and shut it in your mom's pussy.
Lord,
Chucky. That was Chucky.
This donation void, Chucky's a fucking beast.
All the
Charles
horror.
Lee Ray is coming for you.
All the horror is
Chucky
coming
stuff,
out.
Joe, you know you got it in you.
What was that?
I'm glad you know who his actual real identity is in that movie.
What?
I didn't think he knew what his real identity was in that movie.
Whose
identity?
identity?
You're gonna have the serial killer come back as a doll.
All right.
Now I'm creeped out.
Now I'm gonna kill myself, Tommy.
Yeah. Well, besides the first match, I thought the rest of the other matches were pretty, lackluster in my opinion. But I did like the Halloween match. It was kind of festivus,
Yeah, man.
Did you like the Brood?
I still can't get over the fact that you just laughed like that.
Well, dude, you've done it. That's why you've done it like the best. But I don't know if you've done it on purpose.
What's that?
Like you've gone
laugh,
up to these laughs that go into other dimensions. It's fucking great. Like when something's really funny.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm actually laughing though. I don't think
When the British voice first came out the other night, he had that
Tommy has go away.
Knick knack tally whack, give Tommy the bone.
That was it.
I love it, dude. Tommy's like when he comes on, dude. People might shit on you, but it's like they're really like you get everybody in the chat to like go off. It's fucking funny.
Rich thank you, man, for the donation. 914 is on the phone. Rich Fisher, thank you, Rich. 914 is on the phone. What's up?
New York in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
We beat you.
Yeah, wrestling fans are not stupid. We're very smart when we need to be.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, sometimes. Occasionally.
SmackDown was much better tonight than Raw last night, which we all know was a piece of garbage.
Yeah, that show last night was pissed.
You want me? We go up to people like this. You want me to book your wedding?
No, no, thank you. I'm already cold enough over here. Thank you.
Your wedding cake.
All right, baby. It's the other New York. We have New York and the new New York.
Exactly.
Where's old New York?
We're calling them New New York. And
okay, New New York. Got it.
New New York. What do you think of Tommy's tie?
It's fine. What the hell?
It's fine. What the hell?
Well,
such a passive.
Oh shit.
What's the best part of what did you think about SmackDown? And are you ready for Crown Jewel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm ready for Crown Jewel. We'll see how it goes on Friday with The Undertaker and all that in the main event. We'll see how things go.
Probably garbage. It's probably going to be boring and whatever. But I'll still review it because I have to. But if I was you guys, I'd probably be sleeping. But that's just me. Maybe something awesome will happen.
They added that stipulation saying that I'm kind of confused. Whoever, if they win, they're obviously the best in the world in the tournament. But if a SmackDown star gets beat by a Raw star, do they get fired or are they just off of SmackDown?
That's what they're off of SmackDown. Shane was like,
I think they're off of SmackDown.
Because Adam Ant had said, oh no, they're fired. I wasn't sure. I thought he just said they're off of SmackDown.
Well, that would be firing them. That is firing.
Yeah. Okay. So. I wanted to double check that. So I like that they put that on as a stipulation. Now they should have done that for the Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series pay-per-view, where it makes more sense. But hey, all right. I was
going to say, unless someone's going away for an injury and they're not going to call it an injury and they can use a firing.
Well, I think the intention was just to ship somebody over to Raw.
That's all it is to ship somebody over. That's the way I feel.
And I'm not sure who they're going to have go with it, but I still think Kurt Angle's going to win.
Lost. It's like, let's put another stipulation so it looks important.
Yeah, right. It's by the way, I want to shout out real quick again. First of all, shout out to the new top Patreon on Patreon, Justin McNeil. You are the number one top patron now, Justin McNeil. Thank you for the support. Also, Minnesota Vikings fan just became a $2 patron again. I'm assuming he had problems with his card or something. But thank you to Minnesota for coming back to Patreon. And if you guys want to see me go off on anybody, make sure you leave it in the donations tonight during the show. And when I go live for my one-on-one or my Q&A on Patreon after this, I will try to get to that person. Do we what else did we talk? We talked about the opening match being really good despite the commercials. I gave it a 7.5. Without commercials, probably would have given it an 8. Then we talked about the Halloween match and the Brood. We kind of liked that it was the Brood. It was dumb as always, but it was kind of funny at least.
It was funny because of the who dressed up as who. I thought too. Like it was great.
And that was really it. After the Becky Lynch promo, after that everything kind of went to hell to me.
Yeah, that's when it really
and the main event was just horrible. I mean, the fucking promos from Jeff Hardy and all this shit. Oh god.
People may not think so. Like it looks like a gimmick thing, but landing on pumpkins is not fun.
No, I was like, what are they doing?
It's rather painful. We did it as a joke thing in backyard wrestling, and it hurts because it's so uneven. Like when you go through a table, especially if you do it the right way, you land with your weight typically evenly distributed, but pumpkins being spherical, they're so round that your body arcs around them, and when there's multiple, it hurts.
If you want to be slammed on a pumpkin, you want the pumpkin to be tipped on its side.
Yeah, and rotted.
Then and hopefully, but I mean, seriously, if it's tipped on its side, it will cave in better. But if you land on the top of it where the stem is, or the bottom, like, that's no fun.
You notice they cut them up really good to help with that, but they put a lot of them upright.
Yeah.
Well,
so
imagine
they had a few times. You saw them kind of wince. So
I thought about just if I was in the crowd, man, I might have ran up on the stage there under the ring and done the pumpkin dumpster. I might not have been able to help it. Some of those pumpkins had pink makeup on them. You know what I'm saying?
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Some of them look like female pumpkins, and that's just really too good. That was really.
Then they had Samoa Joe backstage talking about, can I get the match against AJ? And AJ got AJ asking for the match. He got it. And then you had Samoa Joe, doing his, Wendy promo yet again.
Wendy.
It's just more of the same old. I'm not excited to see these two faces. Like some others.
I played with mommy. Now I want to play with you.
Gage Creed. I played with Mummy. Now I want to play with you.
Everybody knows that, Samoa Joe could beat AJ Styles if he gets him in that Kimura lock. It's over. Like, that's all. It's like as soon as he locks in that move, AJ's going to tap or just pass out from just the suffocating from that.
Yeah.
If it was a shoot.
If he suffocates, he's dead. So he's dead if he suffocates. You want him to die, Tommy?
I want his paycheck to
fix. I mean, pass out. I mean, not suffocate. I mean, pass out.
I know.
Because he's choking him out.
Hell yeah. And what
Tommy, I'm surprised you didn't jump on that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Or press 1 for more options.
What the fuck?
What the hell is this?
Somebody spoofing you, Joe.
Oh, yeah? Is that what that is?
They're calling a sex line for a minute.
Yeah.
Calling your number. They're using your number to call another number, and then you're thinking they're calling you, but They're spoofing you. That's what they're doing.
You know what? Somebody
is that how it works?
Leah got spoofed the other day, and then the person was like, "Why'd you call me?" And Leah's like, "Why'd you call me?" And then the guy was like, "You called me," and they were like fighting. And then he texted her like, "Don't call me." And it was like, "You're an idiot. Like this guy doesn't know what spoofing is, obviously."
Yeah.
So it happens all the time now with this stupid digital shit.
Well, that's what it is. They have auto dialers that just go out.
I fuck with people, man. If they start getting weird with me, I'll just be like, you know what, dude? I'll fucking diddle your face in. Fuck you. You know, especially
I thought Tommy was going to jump at the pet cemetery, donation there.
Yeah, Tommy gets spoofed every 5 minutes because he fucking won't change his number. Like, I don't know why.
That's what it is.
Pretty soon your number is going to associate your address, and you're really going to be in trouble. You need to get rid of that number.
It's public
ASAP.
knowledge at this point,
Get rid of that number as soon as possible. Because
and
also,
they'll change it for free.
Once someone has your number, and if they know your address, all they have to do is link the two up on all the address finders everywhere, and that's it. Now that gets out there, so you want to get rid of that number.
Well, that's a good thing. No one knows where I live. I don't put up my address like that.
Yeah, you think that.
The people that did
Except
the balloons
for the balloons. Remember the red balloons? Remember all those balloons?
For like $20, people can find you with the most minimal of
But then
info.
again, if I did the balloons myself, I wouldn't be too worried about changing my number, I guess.
Yeah, back to Joe.
What?
Because I didn't do that shit.
Well, then why don't you change your number? I might have even moved.
It would have freaked me the fuck. Yeah, that would have sucked. I don't know, man. I don't remember the balloons, but I saw the smile on your face though when Joe said that you did it yourself. That was telling.
Yeah, get the fuck out of there. Fucking somebody knows where you live. Someone's calling you every second.
Yeah, if you've ever even just ordered a pizza from that phone number, your address is out there.
Yeah, it's true. There's another one.
Mm-hmm. Ty Dillinger did say on Twitter an hour ago, he said he appreciated the kind words as well as the entertaining skeptics. Accidents happen. I was hoping it wasn't serious, but that was wishful thinking. I wanted tonight's opportunity for the U.S. title, but I require surgery. The timetable is currently unknown. Thank you to WWE medical staff for taking quick action. Thank you for the support. I'll be back soon. Learning to be right-handed sucks.
Is this Ty Dillinger?
Yeah.
So what happened? How did he get hurt?
Apparently it was some accident, and I'm not really sure if it was something in the ring or what, but yeah, he is injured and he needs surgery. So.
Oh my God. I mean, not that things are going well for him anyway, but
that's awful. So that's another,
Well, it's another guy who wasn't on TV who's hurt anyway. I mean, I really like him though. I like him though. I'm mad.
Well, when it sucks that they're not on TV, they're not getting, and then they get injured anyway. It's like.
Yeah, I certainly don't want anybody to be injured at all, but I also really like him, and that I think it sucks that he never gets. I don't know, man.
Especially because he really could be like a very good, mid-card wrestler. That U.S. title, like, he epitomizes that role so nicely and just never gets utilized.
He's my new Zack Ryder, but now he's hurt, so fuck.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Now he can't even go in the same hospital as Roman and jerk him off. Like, that blows. You could have been giving him a rub
having to
down.
switch your dominant hand. Speaking of awkward situations, everyone's going off about Renee Young being announced to commentate Crown Jewel.
Really?
And the thing is here is that, there's no details of how Young will be able to work the show given, the restrictions on what women can and can't do in Saudi. But, they didn't have women for interviews last time and on the desk. But apparently they're going ahead and going through with this, and women can't compete in ring. We knew that. They can't even show women because they got, a big reaction from the crowd when they showed Carmella in ring gear. Remember on the Titantron?
Yeah.
For the pay-per-view. But from what I'm hearing and from what I've seen, WWE is publicizing Young's role in order to counteract negative press they've received for their contract with Saudi. And specifically for the decision, they're going forward with this.
It's like a fuck you kind of thing?
Kind of, but I guess they're getting, they've gotten approval.
Yeah,
they would have to get approval for it.
They have to play both sides, otherwise they're going to lose hard on one side, so they kind of keep everybody happy.
Yeah, but they had to get approval for it. So, I mean, it's certainly happening. If everyone's like, oh, they can't have women. There's women in the country, guys. It's not a
I did
total
see him going
sausage
in there and said,
fest.
look, we're going to change the title anyway, so give us
She doesn't have to wear a burqa, you know, she just can't be in anything revealing. But women can't compete, but they can commentate. There's no rule against them commentating.
Where's sanity? Where's sanity?
That straight jacket.
Where is sanity?
So-
Where is sanity? 301, what's up? You're on the phone. What's up?
Hey, Joe, Jake, Jess, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
I've got a couple things real quick. Do you think next October, when they move to Fox, do you think they're going to cut out all these stupid food fights and crap, like during the matches, or they been still going to be doing this juvenile crap with these food fights and stuff?
I mean,
it'll still happen.
That's the rumor, but I don't think so. Yeah, I feel like they're going to get this. We're going to get the same show. I don't think anything's really going to change. I wish it would.
I almost feel like that aspect's going to get worse, but then at the same time, Fox like seems to like go more like dark or real with shit sometimes, or you know what I mean? Where like I could see them being a reason why they take the show in different directions than it's doing now.
Yeah.
I mean, because
they're like, this shit's too hokey. We need something better than that right now. That's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for hokey right now. We don't want that. Make this shit better. You know,
like 75% of the audience nowadays is adults. I mean, time for them to wake up and stop this stupid juvenile crap with these stupid food fights. And it's so obvious, you know what's going to happen. Stuff's going to get thrown and tables going to get knocked over and stuff. I mean,
it's just typical, dude. It's typical lazy them. They have no idea ever what to do. The only reason why the show was good tonight was because Daniel Bryan pulled out of Crown Jewel, and they were forced to have this pay-per-view like match, and then Samoa Joe had to attack after. Like, that was one of the more exciting things that's happened, and it's like it all happened out of just dumb luck because they were forced.
Well, you know what it was? Truly, they had to think. They had to actually think on their feet.
Yeah, they had to be like, we have to do something. Oh, we can't just we can't just march out our cookie cutter script that we planned out. You know, so they had to do something, and you're right. So now it's more exciting. Dude.
And every night it's not about the Attitude Era and about any of that shit. It's about you guys. They had to think on their feet every single night back then, like to keep. And they don't ever have to do that now. So yeah, that it speaks to. They don't ever have to push themselves or grow. It's very stagnant, and they don't. You know, money or not, that's gotta hurt them eventually, and make them have to change it. I mean.
And listen, repeat after me, Tommy. I am a pedo.
No, I'm not.
I am a pedo. Repeat after me.
Nobody should.
No, I'm not going to repeat that.
I don't know why I did that to you. This is weird. I was just testing you. What?
Do you think I'm stupid?
No. I think you're a moron.
Same. Back to you, Joe.
I know you are, but what am I?
Shithead. Tomato.
Oh, you're a poopy head.
And you're a cocksucker.
What the fuck?
I rest my case, everyone.
On what, Joe? What's wrong with snorting? It's.
You know what, Tommy? You're gonna have a heart attack before 30.
I said, are you ready?
All right, Tommy. I love you, bro. Tommy NC 2010. He's gonna die before 30. Jesus Christ. Any more of that, and I would have had to kill myself.
There was just two of you fucking with the whole sticking your tongue out the whole funny. It was fucking crazy. Everybody was like 4 years old for a minute.
Repeat after me. I'm a pedo. What the fuck?
Well, okay, we'll stop talking about 4-year-olds now.
Oh man. Well, F Tommy's corpse. I brought it back.
Oh Lord.
You know that was the worst. Was we had Tommy. We had that F Tommy's corpse T-shirt that I sold that did really well, and people were buying it and everything. Had the fedora with the blood all over it. Then it said F Tommy's corpse. But then that week was the week he got really angry on all the shows. And he was saying some ominous stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I better get that shirt down if he does something.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. But no, we love
if everybody's buying it to wear at the funeral, it'd be fun.
YouTuber, encourages whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be. So you took it down?
I had, yeah. Then now it's back. It's been back up.
Yeah, he's still here.
Oh, man, I love you, Tommy. Tommy NC 2010, Tosh.0, YouTube, bunghole, and everything. I think Tommy now has had, because there was, 3 years where I had way more subs than Tommy for 2 years or so, 3 years. I think now Tommy's approaching where he's had more subs than me. He's coming up on the record or something, if you could count that. Believe it or not. I told him he should have made a shit video where he just shits on a toilet.
It's been a minute since all that shit happened, right?
Yeah, but 2 years now. 2.5.
Yeah.
Think about it, yeah. And we met Tommy in 2014, I want to say. So that's about 2 years there.
It was really early, yeah. It was early for sure.
Yeah, Tommy called the show for the first time when I had 3,000 subs. I had 3,000 subs. That's crazy. I think. And he probably had 800.
He probably remembers the exact thing. I think it was really early, man.
It was either WrestleMania 30 or it was a Raw review or something.
It was a Raw review, but I'm trying to think if it was late 2013, early 2014, I think. It was... Well, wait, I was on the show already, so...
I think it was early 14, but...
Yeah.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Points toward Tommy.
Casey as
well.
I love
how
thank
the
you.
Points still happen.
Yeah, people are still giving points out. It monetized
Dude,
this
those should
Friday.
go in a second pot.
I know, delayed pot. It's not a bad
just so
idea.
much to keep track of.
Yeah, I would lose. I can't even keep track of the show that night.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah, I fucking suck at keeping track of shit. Anyway,
Monica's I'll fucking block everybody.
Yeah, Monica's I've quit.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
This Friday night, guys, monetize this Friday night. Don't miss it. Plus Thursday night Throwdown is over on my other YouTube channel. It's free. Thursday Night Throwdown free over on youtube.com/corruptedpodcast. The YouTube channel. I got to change that name because it's so confusing. People are like, Corrupted Podcast on the YouTube channel? No, it's on Patreon. But then the YouTube channel for Corrupted is you have to pay for it? No. It's very confusing. So I'm trying to work on a new name for that channel, but Throwdown will be over there.
Shit.
Yeah, it's weird.
Dude, I thought maybe I always thought Joe Cronin Show was always the brand anyway, but so you couldn't you do another version of that with just JCS on the title?
Maybe, but I want to kind of make something new over there because there's 30% of the listeners on Corrupted YouTube channel.
What about Rage?
They're new.
Rage
they're not wrestling fans.
What about your old name? Rage.
Maybe I could make it something. I don't know.
Yeah,
no.
You can have to figure out something good. TLC is Sunday, December 16th, and we have 3 matches officially announced for that as of tonight.
Wasn't that the pay-per-view that was supposed to be in Boston, or was that?
No, actually, yes, I believe so. Yeah, so because that would have been in October, and they moved it around. So now we have Dean Ambrose taking on Seth Rollins for the IC title. We have Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre. So it seems, like I said, if that's the case, Braun Strowman will be the Universal Champion, and he'll be defending it against Drew McIntyre. And this isn't leaked. This is apparently WWE.
No, I just hate that they do that then.
I know, because there's no build, and they haven't even gotten to Survivor Series.
It's come on.
We have Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. So these matches have been announced for them to sell tickets.
I mean, actually, I don't mind if they announced it ahead of time if there was build. In a way, it would work in a sense. Okay, these guys know they're having a match. They're going to fucking go for it now.
The thing is, they kind of luck out here in a way because since no one's defending any belts at Survivor Series, it's all champion versus champion matches, and then the Survivor Series 5-on-5.
It's all worthless. It's all worthless matches.
Yeah, then they all get to go ahead and basically book their feuds into TLC.
Yeah.
So announcing them now isn't really a hindrance. It just gives them a longer.
Yeah, exactly. Time. It actually. So right now it isn't a bad. But don't they do that shit all the time?
Maybe they do it. Yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. I feel like because then you don't give any suspense. Like we talked about earlier, there's no chance of belts or even being defended, let alone changing on anything but pay-per-views.
Yeah,
and let alone announced.
And WWE also confirmed it will be Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Survivor Series. So the IC champ versus the US champ. I mean, we knew that was going to happen regardless, but now they just confirmed it, and I'm excited for that match. When Nakamura came out tonight, I forget that they changed his entrance a while back with the intro package of the band tuning up and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I was like, is this a commercial or a live band? And I was like,
I'd never seen it, so I thought the same shit. I was like, what's going on here?
It's been that long since I've seen it that I truly forgot that's how his entrance begins now. And I like.
Did not have lyrics or singing?
Yeah. When he turned heel,
for some reason I like that better. I feel like it still would work better without that. It like spoke on its own without any words.
Well, they didn't want the fans singing along, so when they added the lyrics, the fans still chanted, but it pretty much stopped them in their tracks.
That sucks ass.
That's so ridiculous.
They wanted him to
stifle him.
They didn't want the fans chanting along. So
the WWE stifles you at every corner. Everything that happens, it makes no sense when the fans get involved. They're way more worried.
That was something really nice. Like, what the fuck? It's like everyone turning their phone on when Wyatt came out.
They're way more worried about shaping or molding whatever their goal is. And it's like when something organic happens, it's bullshit. And it's like, we listen to the fans. It's like, yeah, you listen to the fans like 2% of the time. Like 2%, like, or something.
Yeah, like Cesaro rips off his fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's a different thing. That's a complete rip-off. Yeah.
God, I wonder what the 2% is. Like, fucking...
But at least, I mean, Survivor Series is shaping up to be pretty decent.
Kids, that's all we do. We listen to them.
I mean,
that's
Ronda
what we need,
Rousey.
Dude, is a smart fucking, like, a kid that's dying is, like...
I mean, that's really... But they were chanting for Ronda, weren't they? So, I mean, that's good news for the WWE. Because that was, like, the most they got out of the Becky stuff. Finally, people chanted for Ronda and weren't cheering for Becky, and they were kind of quiet. So, I don't know, but it's...
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they still want to push Becky as the heel, this will hopefully help them do so because she's
felt like a heel promo.
But nobody wants it though. Like they all want to cheer for Becky, so it's so stupid.
Yeah, I know. So it's ass backwards.
I mean, yeah, certainly sometimes some places don't, and certainly Atlanta was falling asleep at that point. But the majority of people still are going to cheer for Becky, so it doesn't. It's so dumb to me. I mean, maybe this is part of the whole idea too. Like that, maybe the crowd will cheer more for Ronda than for Becky. So, I mean, I think it's 50-50 at this point on a pay-per-view show, whether people will cheer for Ronda or Becky. You might even get mixed chants. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen as far as that goes.
Yeah, and that's the thing, same, all of the title versus title matches, like you said, in one sense, it's entertaining to see because we don't usually get to see these sets of stars against each other. Some of them haven't even faced each other, so this is nice. But it diminishes one of the title holders, one of the brands, one of the shows, so it's dangerous territory.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
That's the problem with Survivor Series. So
I think Ashley Rose in the chat said I can't @ the show on Twitter. Yeah, my accounts are all suspended on Twitter because I am banned for life on Twitter because I made a joke and I said MTV hates white people when they made that "Hey white people, dear white people" joke or whatever. And it was like, yeah, this would be racist if it was someone else. So I was like, hey, MTV hates white people. And then they banned me for life. But the terrorists and all kinds of other people are still on Twitter. So, yeah, that's Twitter for you, though. That's why Twitter's a scumbag. But if you do really want to reach me on Twitter, I have access to the Corrupted Twitter account. It's @CorruptedPod, @CorruptedPod. Welcome to the new America where they take away your speech and censor you on one of the biggest platforms in the world that's basically necessary for anybody with entertainment to have access to, and they will censor you for being, I believe, a white male who spoke out of turn. I shouldn't have spoke because I'm a white male, and we should kill all the white males and kill the white babies, according to Twitter, as far as I'm concerned, and all these other social medias. So sorry that I made a joke. I didn't mean to do it, but I didn't realize that I was supposed to kill myself in 2018, according to Twitter. Hey, Jack, I hope you die in a car fire. @CorruptedPod, you can hit me up there, at least until they ban that account and figure out that I'm on that account somewhat. because I am banned for life on Twitter. But if you really want to support me, come over to Patreon, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. That's where I really talk to you guys on Patreon now. So patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you. Anything else, Jake, about that side of things? I mean, there's a few other things to talk about real quick before I get to my Q&A on Patreon.
No, I mean, just some stuff for out of nowhere. Besides that, though, we did hear that Shayna Baszler did in fact suffer an ankle injury in her match with Kairi Sane, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
we don't know how severe it is, but
so she wins it for the second time, and well, I mean, hopefully it's like a sprain, right? Because I mean, she could be 2 to 4 weeks, but if it's the type of ankle injury that I ended up getting last summer, I mean, I wouldn't have been comfortable getting in the ring for at least 8 weeks.
Yeah, they said there's not much reason to worry. She didn't need crutches, but sported them as a precaution.
Okay.
But, I mean, you never know with these type of things. That's, the unfortunate side of, what's going on here. Also, they don't know who's going to win a Sunday yet between DX and the Brothers of Destruction. They apparently creative is unsure of which way to lean here, and since so many of the plans have changed recently, it just keeps going back and forth.
Well, I would think that they got screwed last time, so this is supposed to be like the redemption for.
It's supposed to be, but they're also saying that they might get beat again, which leads them into a final match at Mania, and this might be the time where Undertaker actually does retire. Right. And it's been touted for years and said over and over and over again, this is his last Mania, but a lot of people are saying that this might be where he headlines the Hall of Fame. So I'm not so sure. I don't tend to fall into those rumors as much.
Could you imagine that? I wanted it to always be like something like this ominous badass speech. But like real shooting and shit, but just like, I don't know. Now it's just now I already kind of saw a shoot, and I'm like, he's not the funnest to listen to. I don't know.
Yeah,
stories didn't catch me. Like it didn't feel. Maybe it was the interviewer because it felt weird with him too.
Why is everybody going off on Don Lemon in the chat? I mean, I know Don Lemon is a cunt, but why is everybody going off on him in the chat? What did Don Lemon say?
I don't know. I just saw Cronin haters. Someone talked about, but I didn't see anything. I wasn't.
I haven't read the chat too much, but I peek over a couple times, see what's up, and I just keep seeing people talking about Don Lemon. What did he do? I mean, I know he's a racist, but what else did he do?
I'm sure they'll tell you in a second.
He's not. I don't know. I don't really know if he's a racist, but he hates people. I know that. He's like the Donald Trump of CNN.
Fuck yeah, I got everyone's addresses, Mon! I got everyone's fucking addresses, Mon!
Just call World Cup what it really is. King of the Ring. Nice try, WWE. Try to pull one over on us.
Stitch Jones, thanks for the $5 super chat. What do they call kings in Saudi Arabia or whatever? Anybody know?
Isn't
it? Yes, I don't know. I don't know what they call. They could have called it like Sultan of the Ring or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so fucked
Dick
up.
Dick of the Sand, you shithead.
It is King of the Ring, though, out and out.
Dick of the Sand.
No doubt.
Dick of the Sand. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd like to see. Imagine Donald Trump and Don Lemon in a fight. That'd be great. I think
want them to kill each other.
Give them a fight to let Don Lemon and Donald Trump fight each other. Hey, well, we'll get into this on the other channel, but yeah, didn't Trump sign the immigration thing today? So people are probably mad about that.
Pretty soon, Trump will be having a go with Jack Lemmon.
Yeah, he altered the Constitution. He was like, we can't alter the Constitution, except I did it.
We can't alter gun laws, but we can alter the Constitution, apparently.
Jesus, man, the Sultan of the Ring. Chainsaw.
Dick of the Sand, fuckface.
Yeah, I still like the Chainsaw Muhammad thing. I like that. I enjoy that.
That's pretty good.
I even heard from some of our friends over in Saudi Arabia that they thought it was funny.
Chainsaw Muhammad.
Yeah, shout out to
Chainsaw Muhammad.
Jam and Jay Samita. Thank you for subbing to the channel. I hope I didn't just butcher your name.
Bob of the Ring.
That's because they have a sense of humor.
Jen Jay, what's up? Is that an Indian name? Anybody know? Jem and Jay?
I'm not sure.
I maybe I messed up. I don't know. I'm a dumb American. I don't know, man. But I appreciate you subbing to the channel. We have a lot of people from the Middle East and India also, and China, and not China, Japan, China. There's like no one from China. They probably can't listen to this show.
And they can't access YouTube, I believe.
Right, they can't get YouTube, yeah. But South Korea, Japan, and Australia, UK, and everywhere over in the UK, Ireland, Scotland.
and 3 people in North Korea.
Some people, yeah, a couple people in South Korea. Maybe not North Korea. I don't know. Yeah, maybe
there's 2 of them sitting.
Imagine if Kim Jong-un watched this show.
That was
and he invited me over there like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
that'd be
just
great.
Sitting there, smoking a blunt, watching wrestling, laughing.
I would try to I would try to do what Dennis did, man. I'd try to make peace about it. Like, hey, listen, don't hurt us over here. And feed your fucking people too. How about that? If you like me, you'll feed your people, asshole, and feed them some shit that doesn't give them worms.
Yeah.
The fuck? Dude, this guy crawled out of the fucking thing, and they rescued him on the South Korean border, and they cut his stomach open because he had like worms everywhere. And the doctor was saying that it's like 70% of the people in North Korea have these things because of the shit they feed them.
Ugh.
I think we might be like right behind North Korea as far as food quality, but cancerous wise. But, man, they are a mess. Anyway, we'll talk about all this on my other show, which is more political and not wrestling. And this is wrestling, so let's not do that. But anyway, everybody in the chat, let's all touch each other. I love you guys. Doesn't matter what country, what race, what religion. We love you over here. And everybody's the same. It don't fucking matter. So who gives a shit? Let's all just kiss each other. If you guys like what's up with the show, make sure you guys become a patron. It's time to drop that Patreon Jump on your phone, download the Patreon app, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Download the Patreon app. It's free. Cancel anytime. $1 a month, $2 a month, $3 a month. There's all kinds of different tiers that get you things. One-on-one Skypes with me, podcasts with me if you want. There's just a bunch of shit in there. You can advertise whatever you want here on the show. If you want to advertise something, email me, joecroninshow@yahoo.com. And we'll put that on the show. Right now, I just wanted to tell you guys that WrestleCrate.com. Use coupon code Joe Sent Me. You'll get a percentage off on your WrestleCrates. WrestleCrate.com. Use coupon code Joe Sent Me. And now I'm going to go live on Patreon right now with a Q&A. And we'll do a little quick Q&A right now on Patreon. So come on over there, hang out with me, and let's talk. And let's talk some shit about some people, huh? Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. I'll see you guys there right now. Thanks to Jake DeMarco at Countdown Ended on Twitter, at Jesse JJCS on Twitter for Jesse, and I'm at Corrupted Pod for now on Twitter. See you guys on Patreon right now. We're going over there right now.